Take two.
I understand the policy. I wish, like, it's like the terms of service for Apple. Every time I download iTunes, I don't care.
I'm going to use the service. I don't have an option.
Right. You have all my music. I'm not going back to MP3s and CDs.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm in MP3s.
Do you?
Yeah, even everything on my iTunes is all MP3s.
Oh, I converted it all.
I love Spotify.
There you go.
Have you tried it? It's awesome.
I did for like a minute.
Oh, really?
And I have Pandora, but I haven't. I did for a minute as well.
I tried Pandora. I actually paid for Pandora for a year. But
Did you?
Spotify's way better, yeah.
Yeah, I don't
Is there an app for that?
Well, that's the thing. Like, you can listen to it free and whatever you want to listen to on your laptop.
Uh-huh.
But if you want to, if you pay for it, you get like 320 kilobit stream, right? But it's $10 a month. But also, you can take things offline though, so you don't have to be connected all the time either.
Oh.
So it's kind of like when you subscribe, you can take your music anywhere and do anything you want with it, and you have like this huge library. But I don't know. I haven't paid for it yet.
Should we talk about workshops, maybe? I'd like to know what people want from workshops, or if they take workshops, or interested at all in workshops.
I like workshops. I haven't gone to one, though. It's kind of like when Gandhi was asked about democracy. He was like, yeah, I think that's a wonderful idea.
But I've never experienced it.
Yeah.
I'd like to know, I'd like to know workshops, and I'd also like to know where, Joe, maybe we could chat about this a little bit, about, do you think that the creative live model is going to sort of take over the workshop field? Because it seems like everybody's doing workshops.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm hesitant to sort of get into that mode. But at the same point in time, students need help with their cameras. It's just easier to have someone, kind of give you that push like with a bike. You can't just like read it on the internet and get on a bike and start to bike ride. You need someone to...
Yeah. There's one thing, like the great thing about the Creative Live thing is it's the step beyond both.
That's a fascinating point that I didn't hear.
Yeah. Joe, we had to mute you. You killed us.
You went to snow. Okay, now I get to talk. So, like, I'm a big fan of the workshops, but learning in general. But I think it needs to be smaller. Like, when you get 20 people or however it is.
You might have to reboot, Joe.
Unless you're somewhere exotic at an exotic location, I can understand that. But the smaller you can keep it, the better. And you're right, people need help, but I think you kind of want more of that one-on-one where you can really ask your question and feel like somebody's walking you through it rather than being in with 15 or 20 people, which is why a lot of times, like, oh, you want to go to this workshop? I'm like, oh, I don't know. No, I really don't want to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never, the workshops are all small. They're all one-on-one that I've helped teach.
Well, there you go. That's great then. Go for it. I've been asked, like...
I've been in, I was in a workshop with Art Wolf where there was 400 fucking people.
That's a lot of people.
And that was almost useless. It wasn't even a workshop, really. It was more of a... I don't know if it was a workshop or not. It was a way for Mr. Art Wolf to enrich his pocketbook.
Yeah, it's all good.
If everybody's paying, $350 for a weekend,
whoa,
we've got 400 people doing that.
Well, and again, if it's someplace exotic, like, if you're going...
The exotic Port Angeles.
Yeah, well, if you're going somewhere, I can understand the expense, but it should be a little bit
I'm ready when you are. Want to do the countdown?
Yeah, in a couple minutes. So, Joe, let's test your audio again.
Am I all good? You hear me?
Oh, yeah, you sound fine.
You're breaking up.
It was pretty bad.
I don't know why it does that.
We're all fine here.
I thought I had it all.
How are you?
Smalley. Let the Wookiee win.
I broke my headset, so I was really curious to see if the microphone would even work.
Yeah. Works, so yeah.
It's taped.
Oh, see, we never would have known.
Exactly.
Well, I'm going to have to crash, so I think it'd be better.
Well, come in for a couple minutes, at least. You can stay for 5 more minutes, can't you?
Yeah, I can stay for 5 more
You
minutes.
should at least stay until the show starts.
Yeah, stay till the show starts, and we'll say hello and goodbye, and thanks. Thanks for all the fish.
Good riddance.
So can I push the buttons?
Push the buttons, please, sir.
I'll do the countdown. Hold on. Start this button. Right. 5,
Should we talk about the evil Facebook?
3.
The evil blue banner.
Right.
I don't know, man. I still get more business out of Facebook than I do out of Google+.
Yeah, and yes, I believe that to be true.
Yep.
So the show is on.
Excellent.
Right on.
Hallie, let's have you do the honors and announce the show. We need to invite people.
Alrighty, well, you do that. Welcome to Plus Photo Show episode 18 with our...
The New Hope.
What?
Episode 18, The New Hope.
The New Hope iPad 3. Yes, because now your cell phone is way too small to hold up in public places. Now you can, it was great when it only had a 1.2 megapixel camera, but now it's got a better camera, so you can't be like, why are you taking photos with a lousy camera? Now they're like, but I have a great camera, and it's bigger than your... Never. Okay, episode 18.
Oh, wow.
Segue in sleep deprivation. Segue.
I have been up for a long time. You know what they're going to do next? They're going to put a micro four thirds sensor in an iPad, and we'll never hear the end of it.
Mm-hmm. At least from Ali. He's going to be complaining about that forever.
So yes,
of course they will. That
Huh?
I mean, cameras drive cell phones. I mean, there's. I was just seeing one, not the 40 megapixel camera, but there was one that has a 16 megapixel. It's a Microsoft phone. It has a 16 megapixel camera in it.
Oh, which one is that? Keith, you should know. You know everything about
Oh,
those.
yeah. I keep track of Microsoft really closely.
Aw. Just because their phones suck, or their operating system sucked for a long time.
Did you buy a Kin?
Did I buy a Kin? Oh, God, I don't want to.
I
Do I have to
wouldn't
admit
even
that
buy
on
it
air?
next to Kin.
The phone that was introduced, commercial blasted for the whole universe, and died 60 days later.
Yeah, I mean that was an interesting concept, but then they realized like, oh, well, this is not going to do anything against the iPhone. I think we should get rid of this.
I do have an HP touchpad.
Do you?
I have an
It does
iPad
nothing.
2 winging
It
its way to my
sits
house.
there and does nothing.
I still.
I'm
run
actually
those.
thinking about selling it. I can sell that and one of my phones and get half of an iPad 3 on Amazon with their electronics buyback program.
Oh, that's
Oh,
not
cool.
bad.
Oh.
Yeah.
Who's got a buyback program?
Amazon will buy your electronics and give you an Amazon gift card in return.
Oh, I had no idea they did that. I'm going to have to look at that.
Yep. And then they have the qualifying electronics, and so I have some stuff kind of.
That's kinda cool.
My
Yeah, 'cause I would say about 80% of all my electronic purchases go
my
through Amazon.
Samsung.
I can't lose with an Amazon gift card.
Yeah, there you go.
Nope. I use them. They are my business hub, basically.
I mailed them
My
my
cameras
wallet,
and
I might as
lenses and
well keep
everything
it.
through them.
And this is where we put in our plug for Amazon that as sponsorship,
Yes.
we would definitely make sure that you are mentioned in every single Hangout.
We certainly would, and we certainly love the 4% rate that you guys do for your affiliates. So we would love.
There you go.
I'm
sure they're going to be
slap
called
that
right
on
now.
there.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta support Seattle companies.
And if not, Barnes & Noble will do just fine.
I even buy used gear.
We'd love to slap B&H on there.
That would be cool. B&H would be an awesome one.
B&H, going to the B&H store is like going to Mecca. It's like,
I have never
photography
been.
Mecca.
I have never been. I want to go.
It's fun.
Shane is fondling the cameras.
Mm-hmm.
5D Mark III.
Oh yeah, baby.
Oh, yeah.
That's right. We should talk about that quickly.
We should buy
Since
me.
you're here,
We should talk about
sir.
I just want to hug it. That'll start my thoughts.
And what photo walk? Oh yeah, plug the photo walk as well. You're doing a photo walk?
No, the South by Southwest one that Trey just finished.
Oh yes.
The world record holder. I think it's a new world record. I hadn't.
I can't even get 10 people to show up for a freaking photo walk.
Well, he broadcasted it live. I mean, I live streamed his photo walk.
Oh yeah, I know.
That's kinda cool.
I saw that. Was there a helicopter involved in this one as well?
No, but there was a lot of dropouts and a lot of commentary by Dave and myself. And
What did she do?
well, he had Gino walk around the entire photo walk with a camera connecting to our Hangout.
Oh, that's
kinda
cool.
cool.
I know it was an Android because he swapped batteries in it later, so you can't.
Android. I can swap batteries in my
And
iPhone.
it worked amazingly well. It accomplished two important things. First of all, it got me to see what a photo walk is with Trey Radcliffe and a huge number of people. And second of all, I didn't miss it because it was pouring rain through the whole thing. I didn't feel bad.
I didn't expose my camera to this awful.
I hate Android.
Android rocks.
No. Android is... There you go. It's probably an Android-powered mic. It works well most of the time, does almost everything it wants, but...
You're losing cred now.
Well,
Killing
sure.
Micro Four Thirds and Android. You're starting to lose cred. What
Yeah.
you're really saying is you don't like change.
Have to be a... I don't have to love everything.
You know
Well,
what?
you know, actually,
If you held the Sony NEX5, your doubts would be
I think
Sort
the
of.
fine folks, if the fine folks at Sony send me one, I will be happy to review it.
I was very happy. I was much more pleased with it than I thought I would be.
Really?
Is that the
Yep.
same one that RC attended a photo walk in Disney World with us, and he had a Sony with him. He was doing HDR with the Sony. He was manually flipping the the wheel to do the bracketing. Was that talking about the same camera? Was he using the same one that you're talking about?
Probably. I mean, there's not a lot of Sonys. I mean, was it a little tiny thing that looked like a cell phone with a lens slapped on it?
Yeah, it wasn't much bigger. It was like a point-and-shoot size.
Probably.
Hmm. Fascinating.
I mean, it has interchangeable lenses.
I mean, it produced an amazing results for what it was.
Did we invite the circle?
We did.
Everybody's asleep.
That's what
Yeah.
happens when we take a week
I'll do
off.
a private invite to RC, and I apologize.
No, don't bother.
Suddenly drop out. Yeah, that's what
Let
killed
me
us last
see.
night.
How do I? Oh, I can't. You can't. I can't invite people in here, can I?
Yes, you can. Oh no, I'm the only one that can do invites, but everybody can do screen shares now, so we're not limited anymore.
Oh, and then there was two. Wow.
All the people we can smack talk right now because they're not here.
That's what I think about your
Rocks.
hangout.
Oh, he's back.
I just miss your hangout.
I really need to crash. I haven't slept in like 2 or 3 days. So I mean,
Okay, man.
3 o'clock yesterday and 4:30 the night before. It's just too much. So
Is that because you're working the whole time or what?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, that was all work. Just a lot of. I write software, so we just have a product that needed to get out on a certain day,
Right.
and it was fast.
I code like the wind.
All right.
My stepdad's a programmer, so. I
Oh,
understand.
yeah. So you must know this. Like, I mean, it was a
Yeah.
whole week of that. I mean, yesterday and the day before were just the two worst. The day before was like a 1 o'clock. You know, so I'm going on like 4 hours of sleep at this point.
You're not going to get any sympathy out of me. I do that at least once or twice a week.
Really, you're a madman.
I was up at 4 to drive to the Everglades the other day, so.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I'll put 4. But see, like, I got into bed at 1 and then got up again and did it all over. All right.
Yeah, same
I'm
thing.
going to stop whining. The whining edition.
Boris!
You can't leave
Hey
now.
guys.
We have a Boris.
You
We
got
have a
us
Boris.
The Boris has landed.
Hey guys.
We don't have a. I think Tawny's on I-5 because she was complaining about traffic.
I was at Subways.
Yay!
Make sure you crinkle that a lot for.
Yeah. Turn the microphone way up while you do that too.
and knock on it like every once in a while.
How was your day?
Oh, I'm going to
Good.
bed. I apologize, but I do have to leave, so I will.
Go.
Wait,
Oh,
are you serious?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Hold up. Give me a
No, I
minute.
really gotta go.
Alright, I want to show you something. Hold up, here, check this out before you go.
Okay. Oh, that's cool.
Ooh.
Before you go.
All right, I'll take a look for that.
Now you can go.
That's nice, boss. I like it.
Ooh, wow, that's impressive.
29th,
Can't see it.
29th floor from Dumbo, Brooklyn
I like it.
to Manhattan. I did some HDR on it. I did some crazy shit on it. I
It's like
played
a
my language.
monochromatic HDR.
I like it.
But I did. It came out. It's original.
I like it. All right.
Is that the Freedom Tower being built?
Yes, sir. Okay, go back to sleep.
All right. Good night, guys. I'll see you definitely next
Good
week.
night, sir.
Good nighty.
Yeah, that's the Freedom Tower that's being built,
That's cool, man.
and basically that's it. But it's a cool shot. I enjoy it. It's a toy. Hold up, let me unsure the screen. The balcony was like this big. I was scared as hell. And I'm a nervous person. I don't like heights, and I don't like being outside on the balcony like this.
No wonder you lay on the ground when you shoot.
But this came out. It came out good.
That's great, man. I like that shot a lot. I love seeing anything from
Then
New York.
it was fun.
Hopefully this is Joe coming back.
Hey Joe, welcome back.
Show it again.
Are we working?
You are, but
We
you're
are.
More too.
I'm what, sorry?
Yeah, it's like 5 minutes into your connection, you start.
Looks like he's changed his audio.
Yeah, I'm trying something different here. I just wanted to see if this would work or if I was going to overwhelm you guys with background noise.
No, it's fine.
It's fine.
Cool.
I'm putting my life-proof case on my iPhone as we talk.
Right on.
Curse that guy Kowalski. I wanted to go to South by Southwest. The Cult is headlining. Like, yeah. It's my little throwback to the 80s and 90s.
I had actually planned, I really, really wanted to go, and even last year I planned it a little bit. I set the time aside, I priced out the hotel and the
Uh-huh.
plane fare, but I forgot until the last minute to take a look at the price of the ticket.
Oh.
What's so special about that?
You're like, yeah, I'm going to go, and oh my god, it's $2,000.
Yeah, no, it was about $1,000, a little over $1,000, the ticket I
Oh.
went. But,
Wow.
yeah,
It's more this year, isn't it? Isn't it actually?
I don't know. I didn't know this was going to be
I
a
think- I heard someone say $2,000. I took them at their word.
Well, I didn't. I wanted to go to the tech ones and the social media ones, so I mean,
Uh-huh.
I wasn't going to go to the music one.
I think it'd be really interesting to go, actually. I mean, why don't we talk about that? Why don't we talk about, I mean, do you think it would be a worthwhile type of thing for a professional photographer to go to?
If you for networking, sure.
Yeah.
To take photos, I don't know. I've never been there.
No,
So
no, I mean,
What is it that we're talking about? Because I'm not sure I...
South by Southwest. Keith, you can probably give a little overview.
Yeah, well, it's an annual event that it lasts a week. It's a convergence of music, movies, technology, and social media. They have there's a lot of parties, there's a lot of workshops, there's a lot of presentations, there's some concerts, there's huge overlaps and things, various tiers of events and ticketing that you can purchase to attend these things. The most expensive ticket, which lets you do absolutely everything under the sun that isn't a private party for, I think it's 7 days, is probably the $2,000 price tag that you were mentioning. But the problem is, the thing that makes it worthwhile is, right now, everybody that you would ever want to personally meet and talk to goes to this thing right now, especially in the social media space. So, it's a great networking opportunity. And of course, Trey had his big photo walk there too.
Right.
So you covered that. Why don't you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, when Dave Beffer contacted me and said Trey wanted to do a live streaming on his photo walk. So he had Gino walk around through the entire photo walk with an Android phone connected to the Hangout. It would drop a lot. He would come in for about 15, 20 minutes and then drop out, and come in for a half hour and drop out.
That's pretty good, though.
But it worked very well. I mean, when it was connected, it was very audible. It was very visually usable when it wasn't moving, so it wasn't blurring. You got to see Bradley Horowitz from Google give his announcement in his presentation. You got to see Trey a couple of times, and he was a great MC person talking to strangers all over the place. So it was very funny, and then Dave and I gave commentary through the whole thing. It lasted almost 2 hours. He actually killed the first battery, found another battery, and let it run a little bit longer. So it lasted for a long time.
That's interesting.
Nice.
And one thing you got to really see, that it was raining the entire photo walk, so people were pretty wet.
Yeah, I bet. I mean, it doesn't rain in Texas that often, but this time of year, of course.
And, Karen Hutton,
Yeah.
Carol was there, Ray was there, Brian Rose, basically a whole bunch of people. As he encountered them, he'd say hi to them.
Cool. So how many people do you think were participating in this biggest ever photo walk?
I don't know. We'd have to take a look. I'm sure it's on Google Plus somewhere. I mean, they were trying to beat. He had the world record for the largest photo walk, and they were trying to beat that record. There were recorders there, trying to take the group shots and everything. And they were saying this was the first live streamed photo walk. It was being live streamed on HTTV too, at the same time that we were doing ours. But I don't know how many people were in it.
That's really cool, man. I imagine the bandwidth has got to just be awfully a tech convention like that. I can't imagine that there's any bandwidth left in the mobile. Everybody's cell phone has got to be going off.
Yeah.
Well, it's on the recordings on the Vidcast Network site. You can go watch it and enjoy it. And I think it came out pretty good for.
Good. Did you have to do editing at all?
No, the entire raw footage is there, including when he dropped out, and Dave and I are making fun and trying to fill the gaps too.
Oh, cool. Excellent. So, Boris, are you eating your sandwich?
Yes, it's good.
Would you like to talk about your photo?
Yeah, sure. Should I share it? You want to see it?
Yeah, sure. Share it again.
Let's imagine it.
Oh, come on.
Let's envision
you guys are
the
funny.
HDR landscape of
I think the
lower
audience might
Manhattan.
Nice background for your desktop there, buddy. That's
Okay,
nice.
this is the picture.
Oh, no, that is there. Okay, cool.
This is the 29th floor of a woman. Actually, that woman takes pictures still for fun. She's in her 60s, I guess. So I think she let everybody from Google Plus that she knows in her apartment to take this picture.
Oh, nice.
And basically, I think, and basically that's it. I don't know. I think mine came out the best out of everybody I think I've seen so far. This way, and this is her flower.
What do you mean by her flower?
Well, she has flowers in her vase, and she has so many pictures of her flower. So So I did something different. I shot it from the floor.
You shot the flower from below.
Yes, and it came out awesome.
That is pretty cool. You don't see that very often.
You don't see that often.
No, you don't. You found a new angle.
So try it. You might like it.
I'm gonna steal it. I'm gonna call it the Boris angle.
I have a 100 macro lens.
See, how much easier is that with an iPhone, though? Because you can just set it on the ground, take the picture.
I know, but this is 100 macro lens on the Canon 5D.
Cool.
And basically that's it. And my friend had a photo walk in Tribeca, New York. I guess you know where it is. It's by
Lower Manhattan.
Yeah, Lower Manhattan. They got alleys like this. So there's and I only took like 4 pictures, so that's one of them.
Cool.
And guess what?
Very cinematic lighting to that.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And you guys are gonna be laughing. They found a dead rat over there. So guess what they were doing? They were HDR it.
Oh my
They're
god.
going to HDR the dead rat?
Yes. I don't know. I didn't see any pictures yet, but I imagine I can't wait to see them. And I did.
Eileen McAllister asks, "Where's Batman?" She just reshared that photo.
Batman is not. Oh wow.
Batman isn't in New York. That's Gotham.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I always equated Gotham City to like Newark.
And this is. Where's the other picture? I just posted it. Oh, I didn't save it. Did I save it? I'm sorry. Oh look, you guys gonna like this one. This is.
God, what the hell is that?
The heck is that? Yeah.
Actually, listen to this one. I work for a law office, and the law office is about 150 years old, and we're actually moving. So they found this in one of the closets.
Oh my god. I
And
can't
this
even
is
tell what
sick.
it is.
It's a fox.
That's a fox?
Yeah, it's a stock
Hanged thing
fox.
on the top of his
Yeah.
head, though.
It was hanged, but they took it off.
It was hanged.
It was
That's
hanged.
really weird.
And this is f-sub 2. Yeah, that's f-sub 2.8 is my 100 macro lens.
That's like some subspecies.
I didn't do nothing to it yet, but it's awesome.
That's freaky.
And look, ha.
Only in New York.
That is not the car you want to see in New York.
Yeah, Chucky lives.
Dracula. So what you might call it? Oh, I was watching. This guy was singing and playing music, and people was taking. There was 2 guys was taking pictures of him, right? So I fixed the picture. I emailed to him. Say, nice pictures. Can you come and take more pictures of him? But I put my big logo on the picture, so he can't do nothing with it. Say, can you come and take some more pictures? I said, you gonna pay me? He says, no. I said, okay, bye.
Smart.
Hey, because I do so much stuff for free, it's not even funny.
Yeah.
What else? And this is my HDR photography of that area.
I bet you did the Chucky photo for free.
No, yeah, Chucky was the best.
Chucky was personal work.
I'm not going to argue with Chucky.
No.
Personal work.
And here's another picture. I don't know.
I like that. I like that. It's near death, you know.
Yeah. My experience in Washington Square Park. Check this one out. I didn't take a lot of pictures.
I won't tell you my experience in Washington Square Park.
I don't want to hear it. You guys have to come here in the summertime. This park is awesome for music.
Hmm.
And I didn't fix none of these pictures. Nice girls. Look at this.
Nice shot.
Oh, I like
cool.
that.
Thank you. Yeah.
Wasn't it like 70 there today?
No, that was Sunday. Yeah, it was hot. Oh, she's hot. This one.
That's a great shot. I love her hair is moving.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I posted
Yeah.
that picture on yesterday night. I made it black and white. Came out awesome. I didn't do nothing to this one. It's good to have a 200mm lens. You're far away.
Yeah, it is.
This is the kid playing a piano.
That's
He was,
cool.
and he was actually good. I was
Yeah,
playing with,
Did he drag that piano out there, or is there
No.
a lot of people?
no, actually, this is not his piano. This is somebody. This piano got 4 wheels on the leg, so he just moves them back and forth. This is the guy's playing.
That's why the keyboard was developed in the 80s.
Yes. This guy. I tried to get a shot of a bike, but this picture came out a little blurry, so I didn't do nothing. And she was walking, but it came out blurry. I didn't like it. Yeah, 5 Boys of New York City. Yeah, this is me.
Little you, mini you.
Yeah, me.
Yeah,
Not nice.
exactly.
That was a nice bike. Oh, I posted that picture yesterday.
Oh, that's cool.
I like that. Yeah.
I said, "Don't chill me, I will kill you." And look, this is. I
Oh
screwed up,
God, you're a brave man.
Yeah,
I screwed
tempting
up
fate there.
yeah, I screwed up a perfect shot. The bird was flying, but this picture like overexposed.
Hmm.
That's okay.
Yeah, because you could take the bird out.
That's
Yeah, but
okay.
no, I wanted the bird there. That's the point. But it came out like the bird too fast. And this is my friend Sally. Remember that kid Alvin was
Yeah.
here before?
Yep.
He lives like 3 blocks away from me. And Sally was here too, I think.
Yeah.
So we'll play with his light in his house. He has lights. So we'll play with his lights.
Oh, cool.
So that was my pictures. Sure.
Yeah, I actually like that pigeon shot overexposed.
You do? I'll play with it.
Yeah, I'm typically underexposing photography as well, but one of the things in the workshops, it's like Raymond is always talking about overexposing skies to blow them out to white, and I'm like, it seems counterintuitive to what I do, but
Well,
he certainly does it to great effect. So yeah,
I
leave it
never-
like that, man. It's ethereal. It's and it gives good light to the
Yeah, but you can see everything, like all the birds are overexposed and everything.
it's fine. You meant it that way. You wanted to give it that feel.
It's overexposed.
Did you shoot in RAW?
Of course. Raw. I shot this at raw. F-stop 2.8. 100 ISO 200. That was 1/25 of a second. 1/25. Yeah. That was 70 millimeter.
Nice.
I used 200mm lens, 70 to 200. That lens is too heavy to carry around the city.
The 72?
Yeah.
Really?
Yes, I mean, it's good if you stay on like one spot, take pictures, but if you go walk for miles and miles, it's heavy.
You need a rapid strap.
No, I hang it. I hang it on my arm. I can't. I tie up with my arm.
Yeah.
It's my safety. If somebody messes with me, I will tell them it's a lens. There was a guy a while back. They tried to take his camera, and they beat the crap out of the kid. I felt so bad for him.
Oh, really?
But he didn't take the camera. And his camera was tied up like I do. I usually tie up with my hand. I just hold it, and
Yeah.
it's like a weapon. Especially with 70 to 200mm lens.
Weapon of beauty.
You smack the kid, and you take some pictures after you do it.
As you're doing it, click, 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 bam, click, 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 bam.
Right. Yeah, I wish.
See,
Like-
Joe, don't you want to move to the States now?
Joe, I will hook you up in the city, man. You can take some beautiful pictures.
Joe's
I
like,
tell
"No."
you, I live up here in Canada where it's beautiful and the people are nice and you know
And you don't have to
there's-
think about beating someone to death with your camera.
Exactly.
No,
It's
but
an
you
awesome
get
feeling.
you get those stores that sometimes you have to. I mean, nobody bothers me yet. But I don't go to bad places by myself.
Yeah.
My gear is expensive, and like I said, I don't make money on it, so it's gonna be hard for me to replace it. I do it for fun. So I save up money, I buy my stuff. That's how I do it. And I did a job for my job. They told me my job offered me to shoot portraits of people.
Oh, cool.
So I did that. That's how I bought my lens. That 70 to 200 millimeter lens because the lens was $2,500.
Good job, buddy.
And my friend from work, her uncle owns a camera store in New Jersey. So guess what? I don't have to pay tax. So I see.
We didn't hear that.
Yeah. That was a joke.
La, 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 la,
That
la.
was a joke. That wasn't real. That was not recorded live. There was nothing about that.
Alright.
Nothing to watch here.
What is that? These aren't the droids you're looking for.
These aren't the tax collectors you're looking for.
No. Hey, but-
So I was going to ask what camera store, but I won't now.
Yeah.
I don't even know myself. It's somewhere in New Jersey.
The nether regions that are New Jersey.
You call him up on the phone, Uncle? His name is my uncle. I need this. I need your credit card number. Yes, sir.
Give me your number.
Give me your
That's-
number.
yeah,
The store has a peephole through the door.
I can affectionately talk about this because I lived in New Jersey for 7 years. So.
No, he's actually good because I went to that store, and it's a little store, and they have a lot of stuff, but like memory cards, I will never buy from him for some reason or another because they don't work with my computer. There are. Can I show the cards here?
Sure.
It's this card. I don't know. They good cards, but they don't work too well on the computers. I mean, it's a 60.
Never heard of them.
Well, that's why.
I just bought a couple of Amazon Basics cards. We'll see. Just
Now,
for-
when you're buying cards, are you concerned about speed? Do you care in your venue of photography?
No.
How
My
about you?
my camera only takes 3.9 frames a second on 5D,
Yeah.
and I don't do video, so it don't make a difference to me.
Yeah.
But I don't-
I am. I mean, my camera isn't as fast as yours, but it still matters. You know, I'm still planning on getting as many frames as I can a second at certain times, you know, and I want that right speed to be quick, and I figured I'd test out a couple of, when I'm in the workshops, people fill the cards all the time, and I don't want to give them my SanDisk Extreme 3 cards, but I've got no problem lending out the Amazon Basics cards, and I got Class 10 cards just to try them out.
Larry
And,
Anderson,
the SanDisks are still faster.
Larry Anderson in the chat room says George Lucas uses Hoodman cards. Do you know Hoodman?
Oh yeah, uh-huh.
Yep.
Very good. Yes, I'll have to try those out.
The speed don't make it. I mean, for me, it doesn't make a difference. Well, it does when you upload them to your computer. That's the only thing that matters
Yeah.
for me.
Yeah. It's interesting because it kind of shows the difference in photography styles because you get those people who work really hard to put together the composition, the shot, whatever, like set it all up, and then there's those that, in a sense, either because of the type of photography, like sports and so forth, where they spray and pray because they have to fire off so many shots just to make sure that they happen to get one where the hand's not in the way or something, right? So
Yeah.
it's interesting.
Like I said, maybe, but like I don't shoot my 40D. It's awesome because I think it takes 8 frames a second or 7 frames a second.
Mm-hmm.
Then I might think about faster card, but I don't do sports. I don't do stuff like that, so it don't make a difference to me.
Yep.
You never know when a person or an alligator or anything with an eyelid is going to blink.
When I come over you, I will bring a fast card and a fast running shoes and go shoot alligators.
Cool.
Yeah.
I got to make a correction. It's George Lepp, not George Lucas.
I was going to say, wow, we are popular tonight.
Yes, I know George. Lepp, not Lucas. I would have to smack George Lucas for ruining my childhood.
Oh.
George Lepp, not so much. I like George.
We have RC Concepcion in the chat room.
Hey, RC, how's it going?
Hi, RC.
Yeah.
RC commented my picture today. Yeah.
Awesome. So let's talk.
Thanks, RC.
Let's talk workshops a little bit. Since I've been helping teach a little more and more, and it's really rewarding to kind of get people, to give them that push and get them through the rough spots with their cameras, and give them a little bit of compositional suggestions, and then kind of stand out of the way and let them create. But I see workshops in my opinion are kind of changing, just like all of photography is as an industry, and we can talk about business a little bit too as well. But I mean, Joe, we've both watched quite a few of the Creative Live workshops, and I know RC is involved greatly in education as well. So, what is your feeling? I mean, do you feel that workshops are sort of something that's becoming oversaturated in the market as well?
I would say that there are a lot of people who are underqualified that believe themselves to be able to run workshops that are out there right now. So it's making an interesting choice for those that would be looking to take workshops. So I think there's that aspect of it. But I think that what the online presence, like the Creative Lives and so forth, have put out there is, they give a venue where, like, there's no way I could get to Seattle to see some of those people. Like, there's no way I'd be willing to fork out that much money at this stage of my photography to get over there. But
Right.
I get to watch it from here and pick up what I like and what I can use, and I think that's a great venue. But
Hey, Bob Jones.
I don't think it replaces the one-on-one, live with your camera learning experience that way. I don't think that will ever go away. I think it'll change because it'll become more specialized. You'll see people who have a specific theme or a specific way they do things, and people are desperate to be able to get that information, and those will become pricey, but they will also be, I think they'll still stick around.
Well, like RC is an educator and a photographer and an excellent speaker, and just because you're a published photographer doesn't make you an educator.
I agree.
I think it's something that you have to make a choice. You definitely need to have all those experiences to sort of bring that along.
Does the photography universe have the same thing we see in a lot of IT and social media? They have these boot camps where you try to cram 3 weeks worth of training in 4 days.
Yeah.
Sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, a lot of the students will walk out with their brains just kind of being melted, and I'm also wondering if that is a benefit. If you melt someone's brain with all this information, are you really giving them? Is it a rewarding experience for them, or do they go away more confused than when they came in? I mean, they're going to take stuff away, obviously, but I think that's part of it. Is are you just overwhelming students? I gave them. My workshops are really high priced, and I gave them everything I possibly could, and in that 3-day time period. 20 years worth of experience in a little nugget.
I got to tell you that the Creative Live format is one of the best I've ever seen, especially considering the fact that you can watch it online, and then if you purchase the plan, and it's not that expensive, it's cheaper than going to a seminar, you can take it away with you and watch it at your leisure and go back and re-watch it to get those nuggets, That's a huge thing.
Yeah, that is very much true.
So here's my question. Have you purchased any?
Oh, yeah.
How often
Yeah.
do you go back and actually review them?
All the time. All the
Do you?
time. Oh, yeah.
Do you think you're in a big group of people who do that, or do you think that a lot of people will buy it and it'll sit on the shelf just like the 30 million hardcover books that they have on how to be a good photographer?
That's a great point. Everybody's different. I know from my side of it, I play those things every day. I'll watch it and edit a photo while I'm listening to it, just
Awesome.
to see what I pick up on it. It's really good.
No, I completely agree.
I like the fact that it's a resource, like you're saying, that you can revisit over and over, and you can kind of just have playing.
Yep. No, I think it's a great venue, and I appreciate the fact that it isn't always the same people. I guess that's the one thing, that if you get with a photographer that has some skill and you want to emulate, if you do his course over and over again or all through his series, you'll end up like him. Where with the Creative Live experience, you watch all these different photographers from different venues, different types of photography, different focuses, and you pick up different elements that suit your style and help you to move forward rather than just getting focused in on one person's what they believe is right, I guess.
Totally. I like to look at it as the Bruce Lee sort of school of training. I mean, he was one of the first guys that didn't spend his whole life in martial arts training in one dojo. He went everywhere and picked up different things, and it was really revolutionary. People thought he was he's not good because he hasn't spent 20 years in kung fu. Well, it turns out that he was really exceptional because he could train in a lot of different things. So I think that's another thing that Creative Live is really, really good at. And I try to tell students as well, like, okay, you're not a landscape photographer, but and you're a portrait photographer. Do you take portraits outside? Okay. Well, do you take sort of environmental portraits? Well, now you're kind of taking a landscape with people in them. I don't shoot like Bambi Cantrell, and I don't pose like, okay, chin up, now eyes to the light, okay, Scooter Pie, thank you very much, but I get into a situation where I need someone to turn just a little bit, and that sort of informs me.
Well, exactly. It gives you another tool that you can use.
Yeah, exactly.
Anytime you're working with people, like some people that will work with, where you can talk, like do that whole concept of mirroring or whatever, and that works with them. But then there's others that you have to pull them out of the situation and show them what you want them to look like, and then allow them to step into it. It's always interesting how you, as a photographer working with people, you need to have a lot of different options as to how to instruct or how to position. I'm sure you can attest to that, Bob.
Yes, definitely.
So how you been, Bob? Have you been shooting much lately?
Yeah, I had a shoot last Tuesday, and then I've got a shoot this weekend too. So I'm
cool.
I shoot pretty regularly.
Good. What are you shooting this weekend?
I don't know what we're doing, to be honest. I gotta look over the calendar and make a plan here, because I'm not sure what we're doing, to be honest. Oh, I know what it is. Hollywood Glamour. So.
Oh, cool.
1940s, 30s Hollywood Glamour.
Oh, that'd be great.
Yeah.
The lighting from that era is so fantastic,
Yeah.
It'll
be different.
Yep. Very good.
Mm-hmm.
And Joe, I just saw that you had some shoots.
Yeah, had a couple this weekend, which was nice. Kind of like solo glamour shots type idea. So yeah, it turned out pretty well. It's turning into a little bit of a focus for me. It a little bit inspired by the Sue Bryce type concept, but just something that I've been working on anyway, and it was just a good kick in the pants to realize that there's a good market for it out there, and it's turned out pretty good so far. Got a few interests already, and I've just really started pushing it on social medias in the past 3 days. So it's been good.
Wow, good.
Yeah.
So what was your shoot? The girl with the guitar, was that is she a musician or?
A little bit. Like she's not like in a band or anything like that, but it's a passion of hers. She really enjoys it. She plays that, and she's fairly decent at the violin as well. So there's another one that we're going to be doing with that. Once the weather changes and it's warm up here in Canada, we'll be doing some stuff outside, which is more my venue. I prefer to do stuff like that than in the studio if I can. But yeah, so it turned out pretty well. It was fun.
Yeah, those are good shots.
Oh, thank you. It was good because I always have the issue where I draw things out because I've got all these ideas of different ways and different poses and different things that you can do, and so it was good to sort of throw a chunk and say, we've got an hour and a half to an hour and 3/4, and this is what we got to accomplish, are these 4 styles. So let's do this, and boom, 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 and it all sort of went together. So it was good.
Cool. Now, did you sketch those out in advance, or did you not have time and you just kind of went for it?
For those ones, I had the basic ideas. I didn't have a chance to sort of sketch it out, so we did like most of us do, is probably, look around Google Images and find a couple that we thought resembled what we were looking for and say, well, we're going to do this a little bit different, and we're going to do this different, and this is how it's going to look. And then, she had that wonderful saying on her wall. I'll show you one of the images so that at least people who are hanging out can see what we're talking about.
Cool.
So she had this saying up on her wall that was "Kiss Me Goodnight," and it's something that she had picked up a while ago, and so it was kind of interesting to see which one here has got it in full. This one. There you go. Can you guys see that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So she had that saying up on her wall, and it was something that we wanted to incorporate into the theme of it a little bit. Was just, just thought it was kind of neat, and something that we try to keep in most of the images as much as we could. So it was kind of interesting to play with. And then, so we did a couple of different things like that. And then obviously, with the guitar, we tried some different stuff, just trying to see what we could work with. And it's interesting to see the difference between what people perceive and what they think is going to look good while you're doing the shoot, and then afterwards when you look at it and you realize, maybe not. So it was kind of fun. But anyway, yeah, they turned out really well. It was a lot of fun. And then obviously we did some
nice
implied, but it was nice. It was a lot of fun.
What did you use for lighting on that?
For this one was really just a big softbox. It's really all it was. Like with the studio strobe, like a photogenic is what I've got.
Okay.
So it was that, and I don't think on this one anyway. I had a reflector in on it, and then later on, like when we did the tight ones like this, it was also had an umbrella on a strobe on the other side, just to even it out a little bit.
I mean, it must have been a monster because the lighting is really soft.
It's really close. That's the main difference. It's like right on top of her. So it's just out of frame.
That's cool.
Yeah. Anyway, she had like wonderful skin and these crazy long lashes, so it just made for really nice images. So it's good.
You know what they should do? They should make a
Yeah, great eyes and great smile.
They should make a video how to set up the lights and how to set up the settings on the lights.
The settings on the lights?
Yeah, like for example, I see so many videos how people do photography in the studio.
Mm-hmm.
Or they use a 200mm lens and a Nikon or a Canon, and that's it. They put the light here, they put the light here. It looks beautiful. But what kind of settings do you put on the lights? Like half power, all power, like stuff like that. That's the hardest thing to learn. I mean, at least it's for me.
I think the main thing is I meter it, with a meter, and you just work out your ratios that way.
So there's two schools with that, wouldn't you say though, Bob? Like you have those that are all pro metering, and then there are those that say, well, now we've got this histogram, and we can use that to determine whether or not the ratios are good.
Well, the histogram only works if you're shooting continuous light. It doesn't work for strobe.
Well,
unless you look at it after the fact.
Yeah, exactly. which is
Well,
what a
it's
lot of
funny.
people seem to be doing.
It's funny because every one of these creative live classes that I've watched, every single photographer that does them has different rules that they just kind of throw out, which is kind of funny and kind of cool at the same time. But I'm like, man, I'm like the stickler here. I follow all the rules.
Yeah, yeah.
Awesome.
I don't know about you, Bob, but like when I use my meter to do the ratios to figure out how much I want on either side or for my different strobes. But then as far as like what my overall exposure is and what it's telling me that I need to do once everything's in place, I usually end up throwing that out the door. Like I use it as a good benchmark to start from, but I never end up where the meter is.
Oh yeah.
Would you agree?
No, I totally agree. Yeah, I'm usually a little hotter actually because I'm more high key now.
Yep.
RC
Well, I'm
in
the
the
opposite.
RC in the chat room was recommending that people go visit Frank Dorff on Kelby training videos. He's got stuff on lighting.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, he's good.
But I didn't tell you how to set the lights and how to set
Thanks,
everything.
RC.
He says it actually differs per manufacturer of lights.
Hey Boris.
Yes.
I can also recommend the Scott Kelby book, Light It, Shoot It, Retouch It, is really good. I've read through that. I've got it on my Kindle, and I take it with me to the studio all the time. He doesn't meter the shots, strictly speaking, but he does give you power ratios, so you can generally guess from there. Personally, for me, I do the metering. It's easier. I'm using Alien B, so it's harder to compare the two.
Yeah, when it's just a slider on the back, you can't use a digital output. Yeah.
Yep.
The best place to shoot is outside with natural light. Works for me all the time.
Yep.
Yeah, except for during the day, most of the day, except unless you get there the golden hour. You can't shoot out in the sunlight. You either have to shoot in the shade or. So there's plus and minus for everything, really.
Yeah.
Agreed. So for your stuff there, Shane, do you ever use strobes?
Strictly available light.
Strictly available light.
Same here.
I have been using the pop-up flash, though.
I can't figure out
Really?
to use
The super unused pop-up flash, yeah. I've been, part of the workshop that I just helped teach was turning the ordinary to extraordinary. And my friend Raymond Gaiman from National Geographic shot with a strobe for about 3 years, just as pop-up flash, and would do long exposures and strobe and blur. And got some really interesting effects, and students were like, "Oh my God, is this what the class is?" And we're like, "No, it's just one technique, and the light drops, and you're out in Cuba or wherever, and traveling, and you still need to get an interesting shot,
Yep.
you can do that. So
You use what you
you've
got.
always got that light there.
Yep.
I never use that thing. I'm like, oh my God, the pop-up flash, really? Okay. Well,
Yes.
So yeah, it's pretty funny.
Another one of those hard, fast rules that Bob is talking about that you're never supposed to break.
That's right.
Yeah. That's
Never break the rules.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tend to break them though. Too.
Just said you follow them all.
You
No,
did, man.
I follow them as far as like setting up the lights and metering and stuff like that. When you're out in the
Yeah.
field or whatever,
Yeah.
forget the rule book.
Keith, I'm getting questions about joining the Hangout.
I can send out from the usual gang.
Like Mark Helm is
I don't-
asking to join in.
He wasn't in the circle, you sure?
No, we generally open it up to our extended circles.
All right, I can do that.
It's not like Life Through the Lens that has, a really set sort of show.
I'll open it to everybody in my phone talk circle so far.
Yes, please.
Here we go.
Please do.
If only there was a way that we could share it amongst us all.
We can, but now that the Hangout started, it doesn't work.
Yeah. Yeah.
Also, Stephen Bridget was asking about that.
Hopefully they're in my circle. If they're not, If they
Cool.
if they post their profile link in the chat room, I might be able to do it.
The chat room never works for me. I curse the chat room.
I'm virtual RC today.
We all want to be virtual
Larry
RC.
Anderson is in the chat room. Yeah, I'm going to invite Larry Anderson. He's an amateur photographer, and he's a educator. I'm sure he's got stuff.
Yeah, Larry's been on before.
Larry, you're coming in.
So we're talking Walking Dead. Anybody a Walking Dead fan? I love, my grandmother got me started when I was a kid. She was in theatrical makeup. So that's how I learned lighting and stagecraft and all that. She would do all sorts of plays and different shows down at the college. So I love all sorts of zombies and monsters.
I watched the first season religiously, and then after that, I'm like, how many different ways can you kill a dead person?
With a shovel, with a pitchfork, with a knife.
Yeah, exactly. Kind of lost, it's kind of got redundant after a while.
You know, I'm thinking that hand grenades would be really good against zombies.
Do you really? I think it would be good for, like, taking a part off, or like where they would lose a limb or something and slow them down. But I don't know that hand grenades would be the good thing.
That's
the shock value of them.
That's something about zombie movies I've never understood is, if zombies are falling apart, you blow them apart and limbs fall off. Why don't the limbs keep crawling? Why does the thing that falls off stop moving with the rest of the zombies still moving?
Exactly.
They do in, like, Evil Dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's
And there were some first season shockers where there were, like, half a body crawling after him and stuff.
Yep. Yeah. So anyway, the makeup is really good on that show.
Yeah, it is.
So.
We.
Here we go. Fresh blood.
Larry. Hey, Larry.
Hey, Larry. How's it going?
Oh, it's fine. Y'all just forced me in here.
We did. We pulled you in.
We forced the situation, did we, Larry?
Oh gosh, now I have to hush.
We pulled you in. So we were talking a little bit about workshops and education and how photographers aren't necessarily educators, and you really need a specialized skill set. We also talked a little bit about pulling from different photographers certain techniques from one or another, and we were talking a little bit about lighting and things like that. I know you created a e-book, and why don't you just tell us a little bit about yourself and your photo education background? And
Oh my Lord!
sorry, we pulled you right in. We put you right in the hot seat.
No, I've been watching you all and learning from you all for quite some time here, and catching all your great secrets and watching the chat room with a great deal of excitement and intellectual enthusiasm. And so,
That's our show? Wow.
I was going to say, man.
Wow.
Not that anyone cares, but my name is Larry Anderson. I'm located in Tupelo, Mississippi, birthplace of Elvis. And so I just snap photos. I'm the one who gives reason, the people who really know how to make photographs, reason to laugh because they feel sorry for such a mindless neophyte.
Oh, come on now.
No, I really do enjoy it. So
Larry was also the host of a Vidcast Network show that we did where he and a bunch of other Apple photo educators got together and did a whole hangout.
Yeah, and they're asking
Cool.
to do that again. And Keith, you really got me messed up when I watched the replay of the Trey Ratcliffe photo walk. Now there are a whole bunch of the Apple people who want to do a whole hangout with where I'm the only one on the desktop computer and the rest of them are on iPhones.
But you're going to be able to share photos easily on an iPhone.
I think the whole point is they thought it was so cool that Gina was walking up and down the street with that phone and interviewing that little baby in the stroller and looking at the bottom of the Kia and all that kind of stuff. It was one absolute riot.
Yeah, it was a hoot. He was using an Android. He wasn't using an iPhone. So.
Well, yeah, I didn't tell them that part though. When they talked about swapping batteries, I thought, okay, I know what he was not using. Oh.
You can externally charge the battery though. That's certainly something that I'd be interested in doing next year for Photo Fusion, which is a week-long photo festival down here in West Palm Beach. I'd certainly love to be able to bring some of it to Google Plus.
I think we should stream more photo walks. In fact, the next one we do at Disney World, if we get a certain number of people in it, I think I will live stream it if I can.
That'd be cool.
Well, we're doing one at the end of June in San Diego at the International Society for Technology and Education, or ISTE, conference, and we're looking for several hundred people to be in that. They usually have about 25,000 people at that conference, and so we'll be doing it on the last Sunday in June, so we might talk about that, especially if I sweeten the pot in the Vidcast Network PayPal donate button.
That's right.
That was really a plug for other people to pitch in a little bit and help too.
It's appreciated.
Support the operator for sure. Gotta support Keith, man.
Yeah. Pretty much anything that was given already is gone because I had to spend it on the business class upgrade of the broadband for the house to remove the caps so I could do more things. So.
Awesome.
And we want you to do more things, Keith.
Yes.
Definitely.
No one else has supported the photography community like you have. You know,
it's been a very embracing, fun community. I'm very happy to be part of it.
Hey, Shane.
Yes, of course.
Does this look scary?
It does look scary, man. It's like an X-File.
Now you took the little loop off his head, so he's even scarier.
Oh my God.
The eyes.
That's
just like a non.
Cujo.
I will post it.
Almost, yeah.
I will post in a second.
Yeah, post it on Google Plus and see what kind of reaction you get.
Alright.
You should post that for Alien Abduction Friday as well.
Yes.
Actually, your question about what do you think this is was a great lead into it.
Why don't you make a whole paragraph? I'll copy and paste it in the photo. And I will do it right now. This could be funny. I love doing stuff like this.
This is the fun side of photography.
Yes, let's see. Pictures.
And Keith, while we're working on the picture, I'll tell you that based again upon your inspiration, I've even have plans to conduct a photo safari in this region as a test where people bring only smartphones.
Oh, really?
Yes.
The photo walk is all smartphone. I know Shane would love that. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. That's
Woohoo!
cool.
Mr. iPhone himself.
I just life-proofed my iPhone.
Have you tested it yet? Where's the fishbowl that you put it in?
Should I pour water on it on air and see what happens?
Oh, there you go, man.
Wait, I have to get it my coffee cup.
Here it is.
Just drop it in your aquarium. That's why.
Toss it into an alligator pond and see what happens.
Oh! There we go.
Look at the 13 drops you got on the top of that thing. Yeah. There's the test.
Well, you know, I poured it right on the little speaker port. Right on the little... Yeah.
Awesome. Cool.
Brave.
Yeah,
that's brave for me, man.
You should get. You actually
I'm very cautious with my iPhone.
When you do photo walks with your phone, you need to get a Morphe case.
The what?
Yeah, I know. I need to get
This Morphe, it's an extra battery for your phone.
Oh, cool.
So that's why it's so. And speakers are much better because it comes out from here.
Yeah.
I agree.
iPhone.
Man, you got all the toys there, Boris.
It goes here. Thanks. Here goes the picture. Bye bye. It's in the air.
So you don't just go down to the Apple store just to take pictures of people. You're buying stuff too.
Yeah.
There it is. That thing is freaking scary, man.
Yep.
Speaking of zombies.
Zombie.
Here's the link on the chat
So let me
box.
throw a photo share up. I was just working on this one.
Yikes. I can't click one plus. I can't plus one that, man. I just can't do it. I just can't do it. I keep looking at it and I just can't say that I like that thing.
I know.
Thus won you.
I will not do it.
That actually reminds me of somebody I know.
Really?
Oh, gee.
A long lost relative?
Yeah. I think we call them rednecks.
It's already got 2 plus 1s.
Yikes.
Yikes.
And like when I click on it and it like zooms out and like it's like it's coming at me. That is nuts. It looks like you had to polish the eyeballs so you could actually see through the iris. It looks like it's all been glazed over with dust.
Look on the screen.
That's just wrong.
Oh man.
That thing been in the office for like 150 years maybe.
It
That's
looks
gross.
He doesn't look a day over 75, actually.
I had to, it was so dusty I had to wash my hand twice.
That is gross.
That is gross. Can you
How did
see?
it
Can you
smell?
see Deadeye? Can you see my?
What is it?
Oh, wow. That is really cool, Shane. It took me a
What is
second
that?
or two to catch on to what that was.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
I can't see it. What is it?
Alligator.
Oh, okay. So it wasn't like an alligator.
It's an
fish,
alligator, but one of its eyes is all red, and so I think its
Oh,
eye
yeah.
was dead.
That's because it was hungry for blood.
It was hungry for blood.
It was in the transition to zombie.
Yep. Yeah, we certainly don't want zombie alligators.
That would be something else, wouldn't it? They need to start throwing those in those games.
So Shane, you were using about an 800 millimeter lens with a 1.4 teleconverter.
300.
Wow.
300 millimeter lens with a crop sensor. I got close. We were down in Shark Valley, and again, my friend did a shoot for National Geographic. 5 different species that had come back from the brink, and the alligator was one of them. And he was like, "God, this is the closest that I've been to alligators." So we were
kinda
really
cool.
close. That's what you come to Shark Valley for.
Nice.
So Shark Valley has alligators? Was that like a bit of a joke? Somebody trying to play practical jokes on people?
Yeah, that was the running joke all day. Well, are there any sharks in this valley? That's what happens when you get up at 4 a.m. I have a picture of a cottonmouth as well.
Oh, do you really? That's
Yeah.
cool.
This one I'm not sure what to do with it.
Hopefully not as up close as that alligator.
Yeah, it was closer than the alligator, which was nuts. This was actually, I was actually uncomfortable with this.
Those things move quick.
Were you on the floor?
I was on the floorboards, and I was shooting at f4, so
Wow.
Whoa,
It was getting
this is-
close.
this
Yeah,
It
is
wasn't
cool.
quite there.
The phrase remote triggers means a lot to me in a case like that.
yeah. And I see these dead all the time because people run them over on the road. I mountain bike every day, but this one was just hanging out, and I actually stopped a
Nice.
couple. A couple was about to walk over to the water's edge, and we're walking directly to it, and I'm like, there is a cottonmouth right there. She's like, oh, thank you.
Somebody, Beauty
I've
Bill,
done my good deed for the day.
Oh, what was that?
Oh boy.
Uh-oh.
Who's-
The Death
who-
Star is within range.
Yeah. Yeah. The Death Star. Wrong one, my friend.
Beauty
The
Bill
Borg.
just mentioned that Trey mentioned my name on Twit Live right now in his show, and I missed it.
Oh no! Why are we keeping
Damn it.
you? Go!
Oh, that's okay.
Go to your show. I thought his show started at 11.
So did I.
No, it started a while ago. think it started at like 10 o'clock. Or maybe earlier than that, actually.
Yeah,
I
no,
saw
it starts
up
at 10. Yeah, it starts at 10.
Go, Keith Barrett.
Not
Be
Twitter.
free.
there.
We can end now.
No, we still got 20 minutes of recordable life. We should keep going.
Okay.
You might need to defend yourself, though.
Ah,
It's true.
You are
Trey's a
certainly
good guy.
You can go if you need to go.
Thank you.
If he summons you to...
My guess is he's mentioning the photo walk.
Yeah,
ah.
I'm sure he's mentioning.
I bet I wonder who was holding it.
So tell me this, Bob. Are you using the social media as a venue for having clients come to your studio?
Not yet. Not yet. I haven't figured out how to put it together yet, to be honest with you.
So you're using just traditional style of like paper advertising and things of that nature? Or is
Well-
it just purely word of mouth?
I won't say no. I mean, I use Model Mayhem a lot, but I don't use like Facebook or anything else yet.
Okay.
Yeah, Model Mayhem seems to have its own little network.
It is, yeah.
It is.
I'm actually a gatekeeper over there now.
For a crappy little website that it seems to be, it's amazing how it has such a huge following of people.
Yeah,
Just was in the right place at the right time, I guess.
yeah.
There's a lot of really good, talented people there, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that it's like you said, probably, I don't know, I can't speak to it really. I know that the people that I've worked with have been fantastic, and what is it? Probably the infrastructure needs to be built up a little bit, or what?
Yeah, I would say so. Like the website itself, I just find it's old and clunky, and I think it's every time somebody says something that offends Bob, he sends off that notification.
I think Bob is
Yeah, I
killing,
don't know. Bob is what?
Sorry, no, get
Bob is
text.
killing cleanans.
Yeah,
Get
exactly.
text.
God. Are you on Star Trek Online?
No. Now I'm looking at the Wolverine.
That thing is just gnarly. I keep being drawn back to look at it, but I just can't stay.
It's
staring at it
mesmerizing. Its eyes are haunting.
It is.
It's the Hypno Fox.
The Hypno Box.
Well, I have a question for you, photo gurus. Where do you number one? Do you post your photos online? Number two, if so, where do you post most of them? And three, what kind of reaction do you get from people who view your photos?
I post to my site, to my blog, to Google+, to Facebook, to Tumblr, Instagram, Twitter,
Wow.
and 500px, but I don't like 500px. I'm sorry, Russians, don't.
Hey.
How do you remember all your passwords?
I remember all of them, and all of them are different, people. If you crack one of my passwords, it's not going to mean you can get them all. And
Yeah.
that's not a challenge. That's not a challenge. Anyway, and overwhelmingly, the reaction is a positive one. I don't think people post negative comments. I don't feel that 500px is a business. It doesn't fit my business model because likes and dislikes, and 500px, and we've talked about this before, it wants to be too many things. You know, is it a social site? Is it replacing Flickr? Is it a monetized website?
It's a free
You know.
version of SmugMug.
You know. Yeah.
It's the nicest looking free site for photos.
It's very
Yeah.
nice. It's very nice. I just think it's trying to wear too many hats.
I wish SmugMug had a free level
I did get one negative comment on Google Plus recently, and said, "Oh, okay, thanks for sharing your opinion."
Negative, like they didn't like the picture, or they
Yeah, it
criticized
was
you
like
and your methods?
it was an iPhone. No, stupid was the negative was the comment.
Oh, okay.
So it wasn't even a qualified.
So it wasn't directed at you. It was just a
No,
statement of those that
it
was
was
making
just
the
like
statement. Okay, got it.
it was like your very high contrast forest shot is very stupid.
Awesome.
Okay,
Yeah.
I will take that under advisement, and next time I hit saturate on the iPhone, I won't be crushed by your. So anyway, but
Yeah.
I think that people vote with positive comments. If people don't really feel moved by a certain thing, they just won't comment on it. I have a lot of my friends on Facebook say, "Oh yeah, wow, great shot. I saw that earlier." I'll talk to them on the phone or whatever, and just be like, "You could have commented."
But come on, but it feels good when it comes in person, don't you think?
Yeah, I agree. I think the point that I was trying to make was that more people are looking than the ones that comment
Yeah.
Well,
as
that's
well.
got to always be true.
Yeah, I agree.
But you can see how many people saw your picture on Google Plus too, on
Yep.
Flickr. So that's the best part about it. On
Yeah.
Facebook, you can't see that.
Right.
Yeah.
And I hate when
I mean, you can kind of see it now. I mean, you can't really, but the analytics in Facebook are a little better.
Yeah, exactly.
Have
You can see
people
the impressions.
switched to pages?
Oh,
So
of course.
I'm trying to shift over to a business page. I mean, I had a group. Facebook has just been the progression has sort of fought what I was doing. I had a Facebook group for a while because that was the way that you kind of got people involved in what you were doing.
Mm-hmm.
And then they changed groups out. And then, I had a Facebook artist page, but getting people to switch over out of the group took a little bit. So finally I just closed the group altogether. And then I really didn't feel like motivating people to go to the page, so I just kind of did it as a person. I just think each one waters down the thing. I like Google Plus. I jumped on Pages, but Pages are clunky, so I went back to just being a person.
The only challenge with that is that you're limited as to the amount of friends that you can have. Like, obviously,
Right.
it doesn't limit the next stage of generation,
Right.
like beyond your friends, but it
Right.
does limit how many people can actually interact with you.
And PhotoShelter has a great little Facebook page tutorial. Oh, by the way, PhotoShelter is publishing my interview about Google Plus tomorrow.
Congratulations.
Hey, awesome.
Yeah,
Congrats, bud. That's awesome.
Yeah, they did an interview and part of the 24 hours on Google Plus, just to sort of motivate their subscribers or users to kind of jump onto Google Plus if they haven't already.
Yep.
So.
Well, make sure you post it so we can all publicly like your post so that you don't feel as though nobody is viewing your stuff.
No one's liking me.
To answer your question there earlier, Larry, for myself, I do my website is probably my main presence that I try to use, and then I will put teasers out into Google Plus and Facebook and Twitter as my other feeds. So the idea of that being is that I'm trying to draw everybody to my website. In the intention that I'm trying to run a business, so I obviously want to be able to draw people in and have them consider purchasing or booking appointments with me. So that's sort of my direction with it and why I go down that road. I think it's really dependent on the type of industry that you're in, whether or not you're just, like, if you're looking to do fine art prints or something of that nature, then you need a place in order to be able to market those. Or otherwise you're just trying to get interaction with people, and that's fine too. It's just a different aspect, I think.
I
Does that make
agree.
sense?
That's really good. I think it would be interesting to know also about when you post these things, your work online, the audience is so international, but you may not be able to travel to some of the people who would like for you to do work for them, and they might not pay what you would want them to pay in order to get them there. So I wonder how many of your actual potential customers you're able to touch with those things, or are you just building a name for yourself out in the world? And those things are just really interesting to me, especially when you're a pro photographer as opposed to somebody who just enjoys making photos like that.
Well, it is like with Google Analytics and whatever monitoring software or venue you use to track your website, you can have an idea as to where your interactions are happening. And I don't know about the rest of you, but I find that it's very much geography related. Like I get probably, I'd say 90, I don't know the exact percentage, but it's in the 90s anyway, is in North America. So it's obviously people who speak my language, for one thing, and secondly, have some sort of relationship to what I'm photographing. So I see that as being probably almost self-selective. Like I get people who comment from China and different other, Malaysia and different places like that. But again, like you say, there's no way for me to follow through with that unless they want to buy a digital print. Which, fine, if they want to do that, by all means, I'll work that out. But it's definitely not. It doesn't happen. Not that often.
Mine's really broad-based.
Really?
I've had people from almost every country at this point.
That have commented or purchased, or what are you referring to?
On Google Analytics,
Mm-hmm.
I've had hits. I've had website views from almost every country at this point.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Now, some of that is probably, people looking to, like on the blog, I had to I had to close out because people were just, like, come to my site. Thank you. Oh, man, the Russians are going to hate me.
Damn.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying, right?
I know there's one in the Hangout right now, right?
Yeah.
I love Russians.
I'm just kidding. I'm just
They
kidding.
make the best vodka.
My favorite is a very interesting blog article. Did you see this URL?
Right, yeah. Exactly. I'm starting to get, because of my Google Plus profile, I'm starting to get emails, that say, or like, we should talk. Very, very nice to meet you.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be very interested, I'm like, oh no. So
Green card.
there's some sort of mirror site. There's a Google Plus mirror site that somehow I get daily daily emails from people saying, women saying, let's talk. Women.
China's probably got a clone of Google Plus in there somewhere.
I saw your profile on Mirror Me or something like that, is what they're calling it. So, I'm like, great, thanks. That was the whole point of this. You're flooding my business email with spam. Great.
Yeah. So we have about 5 minutes left.
Okay.
How do you want to tie this up?
Well, let's see. I think we've talked social media, and does anybody have anything to add to sort of what they're doing? Michael isn't here, and I kind of had hoped that Michael Ripfel would come in to talk about Photo Shelter.
He actually
Photo
sent
Shelter
me a
has
Plus thing saying he can't join. So
right, yeah. He was playing tennis or something today. Photo Shelter speaks from a certain voice, and it's the voice of the professional photographer, or it speaks to the professional photographer, the aspiring professional. That's where their market comes from. People that are getting websites from them, or they're monetized sites. They're there to sell photographs, and he had kind of posted that he was sort of irritated with Alan Mirabayashi from Photo Shelter had written a blog saying that pin interest isn't for photographers. and so Michael had sort of commented on Ron Clifford's reshare of that. And I was just wondering if there's a point where people don't want to hear about, I kind of like it. I kind of like that, we can all kind of talk about the industry. But I certainly don't try to make that my only conversation. You know what I'm saying? There's an art side to it. I think Michael just wants to talk about the art. And not the commerce. And the two sides.
I use Pinterest.
Do you find is that helping you, or are you getting interest? I mean, it doesn't even have to be, oh yeah, wow, I've sold 3 gigs or whatever.
Actually, I'm not using it to market myself so much as it is to collect online ideas. I mean, I don't know if you've ever seen my Pinterest or not, but that's literally all I've got there are genres that I'm interested in doing and examples of each one. I'm going to tell you, Pinterest defeats the right-click protection on a lot of the websites that are out there, which is not cool.
Yeah, actually, there was Clarion Call 3 was just going to do a contest involving Pinterest, and she canceled that. So Clarion Call 2012. So I think people are worried about the copyright issues that go along with that.
I agree that I'm one of them. I don't like the idea of it because of that. I'm not interested in having my work sold without my permission, so I definitely have an issue. So that's why I won't use the site. As much as I could see it as a resource, I'm going to stick with the old way until something changes. But that's me and my views.
Yeah, I would just rather be careful rather than not, and it's not the same as Tumblr or Facebook or Google Plus. When you hit reshare or share, that's what you're trying to do. You're trying to generate interest, and this seems to be, I mean, I haven't used Pinterest in quite a while, but when I was there, it seemed to be like, okay, a lot of magazine articles that people found interesting pinned to a big board, like stuff out of Vogue and everywhere. So it was definitely copyrighted material. It wasn't just, so it just, why? I was like, what's my voice here? I don't have a voice here, so I'm not going to do it.
Right.
On that note, I think we need to end the recording and restart.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for joining, and I will let Joe sign off. Thank you for guest hosting for Ali and the very tired, sleep-deprived Ali that he was. And I will let you sign off. Thank you very much, Joe, and thank you for all the work that you've done on the page as well.
Oh, geez. I added a logo. No problem.
No,
thanks.
You got to go.
Thanks to everybody for coming out. It's always a great hangout that we have here. We try to share what we all think of photography and some viewpoints that we have, and hopefully it helps everybody that's out there. And thanks again to Keith for doing the awesome moderation of this and making sure that if anybody has audio trouble that they're kicked out right away. Anyway, but yeah, thanks a lot, Keith, and definitely for everybody that's out there. Tags out there to Vidcast Network for all their work that they do for us photographers.
Vidcast.
Now, does everybody else see that Bob is an animated icon right now?
Yes. It's the animated Bob. I love it.
That is really freaky.
I'm eating dinner. I didn't want to eat in front of you guys.
All right,
I try not to be rude.
I like it. I'm going to restart the Hangout, so watch for the invite.
Okay.
Cheers.